Hey everybody, welcome back to the Homestead. We're going to try and do a weekend
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do it every Friday.
little segment that's new for our YouTube channel called
A little hey y'all on Friday night.
and give you a what's up, what's going on our homestead. And we'll go over any questions that we've gotten either on Facebook, YouTube, email. And you will hear that throughout the video. That's because
The drag strip's up and running this weekend, and believe it or not, I don't know how well you can hear it, but we live actually 3 miles, 3.2 miles from the racetrack, and it sounds like it's just at my neighbor's house. Uh, there's some big cars, some big boys down there running this week.
it doesn't bother us when we're inside.
Or if I'm in my garden working, I don't actually pay no attention. And now the roosters,
Well, we we said we were going to be our normal goofy self. So we've got little chicks that are pullets that are and a rooster that's coming up, and we have hens that have finished their laying cycle. So they're going to replace them, and we've got meat birds coming in sometime the end of this month, hopefully. So the rooster is learning his voice. He doesn't care what time of day it is.
no, can't help it.
So this is our inaugural episode.
Yeah, we picked the side of the grow room because it's in the shade early. So we can actually get out here about 2:30.
If we wanted to.
If we wanted to.
It never works out that way.
Even though it's in the shade 2:30 here in the south.
That's the hottest part of the day.
Yes, it's still hot. Right now it is what?
7:30.
7:30 in the evening, and it's actually cool, but the racetrack's roaring.
Okay, so we have a list. You know why we have a list? Because we're old and we forget things.
A lot of things.
I do. So, what we're going to do is go down the list and just simply go through them one by one, and we'll do it each week.
Yeah.
We may go off the list here and there. But before we go down the list, we want to talk about this.
Yeah, because it ain't on the list, and we'll be forgot it.
Because we forgot to put it on the list. Certified South Carolina. This means that we are certified by South Carolina to sell our vegetables that we have grown here on the farm to other restaurants, to other farm stands, anybody willing to contact us. We are certified to sell our farm grown products to anybody.
And we do have a farm stand in town that has worked with us that is willing to sell our product all summer long as we can produce it this
year. Yes.
Which would be a big help for us because we live like 8-9 miles out of the city.
Right.
We're actually way out in the county. You don't get although it's a main highway in the front of our house, you get to pass the traffic going to the lake or the racetrack, but it's not a whole lot of traffic like it is in town.
And we live back away from the road.
Yes, we have a long driveway off the road. We get a good bit of business on the farm in the summer for watermelons and tomatoes and things like
green
that.
Green beans.
Yeah, and green beans. But as far as all our vegetables, it's nice to have the hookup that we have in town.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's actually in town right behind a shopping center, fast food places and all. It's a real good place to to have in town like that. And we're good friends with the folks that run that place. And we
own it, yeah.
Yeah, they're very good people. They've been good to us throughout her struggle with her spinal cord issues. They bring us our feed when we need it. When I was unable to run the town and stuff, they've been good to us. Been real good to us, and we're thankful and grateful for that.
That's the plus of living in a small town.
Yes, yes.
Okay, you want to tell the wonderful people of YouTube what we are growing, or some of what we are growing?
We're growing just about everything you can grow in the South. We have multi beds. We have okra. I have 5, maybe 30, 40 foot rows. Okra. We have a bed of beets. We have 4 rows of maybe 60 foot of green beans. We have probably 200 tomato plants, sweet potatoes, uh, purple hull peas, corn, watermelon, cucumbers, peppers, hot pepper, sweet pepper, chili pepper. Have I left anything out?
Squash.
Squash, yes. Pretty much all your summer vegetables we're trying to grow this year.
We don't grow a lot of lettuce because
it's hard to in the heat.
It's hard to in the heat, and we're more of a, if we're going to eat a sandwich or something, we're going to eat a tomato sandwich.
Right. And I don't get to jump on growing lettuce and stuff in the fall and early spring because I work so hard to have all this for the summer.
Right.
It takes me I'm working on my seeds in the grow room during that time.
And it's not as, a lot of people may disagree, but it's not a big, you don't get as many calories out of a lettuce as you do with, say, a cabbage.
Right, and we don't have that big a demand for them either.
No, and it's not going to feed us that much well.
No, we wouldn't. If we grow a bunch of it, it would go bad. It would go to waste.
It'd go to the goats or the chickens.
Yes. Now, we are planning on doing a plot, a food plot for the animals.
Yes, this fall.
Yeah, you did mention this fall planting some collards and kale and stuff to let grow for the goats and chickens and rabbits.
The goats and the rabbits.
The goats and the rabbits. So that we are going to focus on doing this year and see how that goes. That'll be interesting. I'm excited about it. If you wonder why I'm scratching, we got these little black gnats. They do bite. They're not just landing on me. They are biting.
They're called no-see-ums.
Yes, they are bad. I got another word for them, but I can't say it.
They tear him up. And they don't bother me a bit. I tell them that's because I'm so sweet. You want to tell everybody why we planted so late? Because we planted late compared to even people around us.
Well, we used to try to plant the first part of April. And you could, but we got hit a couple years ago, and I think we told in some videos where we got hit with that blackberry winter.
We lost everything.
We lost everything. All our plants that we were going to sell, all the plants that we were going to put in the ground, and that's just a few years back. And we said then that we wasn't going to do that again. That these blackberry winters are coming in, and we're going to wait till a couple of weeks later before I start my seeds, and we will try to miss that, not get hit again. So our last date is the 21st of April. We normally started the first or second week, or planted sometimes the first or second week of April, and we were getting hit. It was a hit or miss if we was going to have one cold spell. And up until the last few years, we wasn't getting hit with one, but here recently, we started getting one. And
yeah, we'd get hot, and then we'd bottom out down in the night.
yeah, like our fruit trees, they would bloom at the 1st of April. By the 1st of April, they'd be bloomed out, and then a cold snap would knock the blooms off.
Yeah, we lost all the apples off the one tree.
Yes, this year. And then last year and the year before, we didn't get any plums.
No.
Because of that. And it's funny that happened because I had a gentleman to stop by this afternoon, and they asked that, he knows I stormed early. And he says, have you got any tomatoes? I said, no, sir, I don't. And he said, did you have to replant this year? I said, I did not. I waited. We chose to wait till the last frost date. That set us back a little bit. And he says, well, we got him this year, and we had to replant, and I was wanting a tomato sandwich. I said, well, our last frost date is, the 21st, and I waited till the 25th, and that's why I don't have any tomatoes ready, but I got tomatoes on the plants. And he says, well, I was wanting a tomato sandwich. So there's a lot of people that got hit this year, and I was glad we waited.
Yeah, because there was, we had torrential rain in
Yes.
March.
Yes.
I mean, torrential rain.
Yes, a couple weeks there in a row, we got a lot of rain. Several inches.
It washed out what is now our sweet potato bed. We had to go back and rebuild it.
Yes, we had to pull up the raised beds and do something different.
Okay. Canning.
Yeah, that's pretty much your deal there. But I do know we're going to try to do some different canning this year.
Yeah, we're going to do vegetable soup.
I'm excited about that.
We will do the normal tomato sauce, spaghetti sauce, because we got to have that. We'll do our chili beans. I'll do a video with the Dutch chili beans.
Yeah.
For people that don't know, you can put up beef. I did strawberry jam and peach jam last week. I don't think we're going to do pickles this year. We still got a good bit of pickles.
We might do some. We've got plenty of pickling.
We'll do some dill pickles.
Yes, we probably do some dill pickles with those, but I don't know if we'll do regular slicing pickles like we got hamburger pickles.
No sweet pickles.
Yeah.
No sweet pickles.
We got plenty of those. But I'm hoping we sell them on
cucumbers.
A lot of people want to get into pickling, and I've been told to grow extra, so hopefully these people get into it. I like to see them do this.
We like to see people growing and, trying to can, and anybody that asks how to can, just let me know, and I'm happy to do anything.
Yeah, and we will be doing some canning videos. We're going to push the canning side as soon as all this stuff starts coming in. Lord willing, we have enough to can. We're definitely going to video that stuff. We're going to do all that we can do for you guys and show you how we do it. It might not be how everybody else does it, but it's going to be the right, the safe way, and the way we do it.
Yeah, it's not failed us in
years.
Yeah, we're not going to tell our age.
Right.
I will let you explain your corn experience.
Oh, that was a nightmare. I hadn't grown corn in a couple of years because we hadn't needed it. We had corn, but we've gotten low on our corn stash, so I thought I'd grow some this year. And it has been a nightmare with the crows. I've had to plant corn not one time, not two times, but three times because of the crows. Every time I get it planted and it gets up just the right height, the crows go out there and pull it up and eat the ends off of it. And I've gotten so upset with these crows that I'm out there throwing stuff at them, waiting on them to get in the garden. And it has upset me so bad. And she says, put up this scarecrow, put up this, and I'm so frustrated. But I did take a rope, put up around it, tie some stuff on it, and hung up some stuff. I was like, Lord, mercy, them crows. But they've never been that bad. I don't know what's gotten into them. You know, I did a video on what they did to my corn. I've always heard they wouldn't eat red corn.
They used to not eat red corn.
They tore red corn up this year. I mean, they've gotten in it and pulled the seeds out at one point before it germinated and ate the inside of the red seed and left a red hole and all kind of stuff. But I finally got it planted, got it all up.
It's just gonna come in stages.
Right. We're gonna have half early and then half of the plot coming in late. So we'll have two separate times we harvest, which will be okay.
It's easier for canning.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
At least we got it to come up. At least I won the battle. Now I just hope we don't get the worms. Let's just hope we don't get attacked by worms. So far, we've been doing good with the flea beetles, hornworms. Now, stink bugs have been an issue the last couple of weeks.
Last 2 years.
Well, I'm talking about recently. Last week, I did a roundup, and I got 20 or so. And today, I did a roundup and pulled off about 15 leaves and killed about, I don't know, 15 or 20 bugs again. So I don't know if I'm knocking them down or not because the numbers are staying about the same. But I go out there ever so often and I try to keep them down. I do not like using pesticides. But I don't know what I'm going to do with these. Soapy water does not kill them.
No.
Not stink bugs. It does work on a lot of insects, but it does not work on stink bugs.
And cold weather does not hinder them.
No, they will hide in a bale of hay that you have for your goats. They will hide under debris. They will hide under anything they can hide under to survive. And that's the truth. It does not matter how cold or how long. They will come out when the weather is permitted.
Yes.
But yeah, that was the deal with the corn. We're good. Everything else is looking good. So hopefully we will be doing some canning with that. Everything's looking good.
Yes.
Even our competition tomato plant. Believe it or not, that is the biggest tomato plant we have. It is the tallest and has the biggest tomatoes on it. And it is the crimson.
The giant crimson.
The giant crimson that we bought from M.I. Gardner. And it has outgrown everything. And I'm assuming that's where it got its name giant from.
Yeah.
I mean, it's outgrown everything. And I have several varieties of tomatoes planted. And it is thriving.
Yeah.
I mean, it is loaded with tomatoes.
Yeah.
I'm very pleased with it. I just want to see what size tomato I get off of it. I'm curious and can't wait to see. Anything else?
The irrigation system. The update to the irrigation system.
Well, I did.
You ran that main line.
I did. I was working out of 2 zones. I had them all tied into 2 zones and dragging a hose pipe back and forth. And then my okra bed, I was running an extra line from the house to it to maintain it. So I was actually working 3 different zones to get everything watered in the evenings. Now I've actually finished everything. Excuse me. I ran a main water line from the greenhouse out to the middle of the garden, and I've got it tied in with a 4-way splitter, and I ran the zones off of it, and then what zones I had close I tied together. So everything I got, all my beds, pretty much like my tomato bed, my cucumber beds, my bean bed, my okra bed, all those beds are tied in with its own water line system, or either their buddy system into a main line. And I can go out there in the evenings or in the mornings, and I can turn on the drip irrigation and water those beds by just turning one main line on and turning the 4-way splitters on to each zone. And I have it labeled what line goes to what zones. And that has been a plus. Everything is underground. I finally got that all done. What's not underground is in the bed itself, where I can see that it's getting water to it. But everything else that's running across the yard is underground on my main line. And that has been a plus.
Yeah, no.
Our water bill went down.
It did.
It went down from last year. We were in situations where we were going weeks without rain. We were paying what, $100 or so. We got our first bill last week, and it was $45. So that's a little less than half.
And we hadn't had rain until yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday.
So that's a big plus on our part. You know, we're really pleased with it, and I think we're going to thoroughly enjoy it. No more dragging hoses, and and time consuming. You know, just standing out there making sure you get it watered, then switching hoses and all. It's really time consuming too.
Yeah, very time consuming.
Yeah. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it on the irrigation. I mean, it's working. Everything's looking good, and that's the thing. I can hook up this funnel system that I have, cycling system, that allows me to run um, fertilizer to it. I can get this soluble fertilizer and run to whatever I want to run to.
And you make your teas, your compost teas.
Yeah, it's a big plus. It really is. I really enjoy it.
Yep. It's a huge plus. I know you don't have to stay out there as long in the evenings. You come home, you go out there, and you come back in.
Yeah.
And you can eat.
Yeah, I can turn it on, come back in, like you said, after work. Turn it on, come back in, eat, get my shower, and let it run for an hour or two. Go back, cut it off before we go to bed.
That's a huge plus.
Yeah.
For us. So, if you have anything you want us to talk about, address, just let us know, either in the comments, email, Facebook.
Yeah, we'll be glad to give out a hey y'all.
That's how we talk in the South.
Yeah.
If you haven't picked it up on our Southern twang, that's actual. That's not fake.
Well, I think that'll do it for today, and we'll see you again. I guess this is gonna be done on Friday.
Yes.
So I've enjoyed it, and hopefully we gave y'all some information that's useful, and hope you guys enjoyed it. We hope that you tune in again, and maybe y'all have something for us. We thank y'all for visiting, watching it, and watching the show, and we ask that you please like and subscribe.
Stay safe, and we'll see you next time on the Homestead. Pause. Okay, ready. 20 years.
That's the signal.
That's not. Welcome back to the homestead, everyone. We are going to start every week doing a segment called A Little Help. Blooper.
Break. We're going to start over. Take two. Little Nelly. That's it.
Welcome back to the homestead, everyone. We are going to start every week doing a video called
This is where I come out of the water.
Yes, as your commercial.
Yeah, start over. That's it.
Welcome back to the homestead, everyone. We are going to start every week doing a video called
This is where I come out of the water.
Yes, as your commercial.
Yeah, start
You said be funny, so that was going to be a funny.
Wait a minute, you got me all tense and everything.
Oh, come on. You're burning daylight and battery.
Oh, wait a minute. I done forgot the name. What is it? A little thing, y'all. Okay. On Friday night. Right?
We're going to try to do it
Yeah,
on
but
Friday.
we're kicking it off today.
We're going to try to do it on Friday.
Yeah, try to do it every Friday